Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our brand new show, Lending Unboxed by FinBox. I'm your host, Srijan. At FinBox, we work with a lot of digital lenders, bankers, fintechs, NBFCs who work deeply on the digital lending and embedded lending side of things. In this show, we are gonna speak to leaders, practitioners, and strategists of the overall digital lending ecosystem. We're gonna have bankers, we're gonna have fintech people, we're gonna have senior leaders from NBFCs decode what's working behind the scenes of digital lending. It's a fine morning today in South Bombay, and I would like to welcome our guest for the morning, Mr. Shirish Mathur. Good morning, Shirish. How are you?
Hi, good morning. How are
Good morning. So, Shirish heads B2B platforms and digital ecosystems at Aditya Birla Capital. So, good morning, Shirish. How are you today?
I'm good, Sridhar. Nice to meet you. Just outside office.
Yeah.
Normally we meet in office.
Yeah. It's been long, and usually all of our conversations are around work, but it's so nice to sort of be in this area in this fine morning. This reminds me of like the classic Mumbai that you see in movies, right? I mean,
I think this is actually Mumbai. So
yeah. I think we live outside of Mumbai and we just come here in Mumbai.
But yeah, nice Monday morning, nice breeze, coffee. I think good.
Yeah, fantastic. So, have you lived in this part of the town before?
No, never. I've been. So I'm in Powai right now. So
Okay.
but yeah, it's always normally typically weekends are where music just otherwise you don't get to see it. Even the office is here, but you don't get to
You don't get to come here, no?
come here and experience this. Basically on the morning when it's less crowded. So
Yeah, it's a fantastic morning. Plus, the winter weather is making it even nicer. It's very hard to sort of find this kind of weather in Bombay. So, hope you enjoy. Cool. So, Shirish, we'll be diving deep into MSME credit and your take on it today. And for our viewers, why don't we start with, what a typical day in Shirish's life looks like from a work perspective. What do you do at ABCL? What the teams that you are building? What do these teams do? Just like a quick overview of, how's work like today?
yeah. No, a typical day, and I would say most of the day is typically at intersection of driving business outcomes and seeing how we can leverage digital and technology in today's world to drive business outcomes.
Right.
So, of course, being someone who's driving digital lending into MSME space,
Yeah.
and all of us know this space is so dynamic. So, one part of the day is always about looking at new trends, looking at what's happening outside, taking an outside-in view so that you understand how the market is looking like. What do these small businesses actually want? So a lot of insights come by directly meeting with some small business owners and also with the teams who service them on the ground. So we're meeting with our own business team, sales team, our distribution channel. So really you get a very all-rounded view of what are the needs, what's happening in the market. And then yes, all this finally then translates into actionable insights, right? So design products for them, seeing how those products can be delivered. So I would say that's most of the day. Most of the day goes by into these activities. Plus, of course, being into business, delivery is important. So it's also important to very minutely review what you have built, how it
For
is
sure.
working.
We are on the receiving end of it, so we know that.
Yeah. Because finally, it's all about. I think in today's, it's all about removing those micro friction. And while you can create a digital journey, but each and every leg of that journey, each and every aspect of the product that we're delivering to that journey makes it. This is very important. And finally, sum of all of this, I think results into the experience that a customer finally feels. That's what we try to deliver on a daily basis.
Wonderful. Perfect. And in terms of what you've been doing at ABCL, Udyog Plus has been a very critical part of, what the things that you've launched. And I was reading about it. It's one of the very well curated ecosystems, for MSMEs out there. Just for our viewers, if you would talk about what are you doing at Udyog Plus? What is the idea behind such a platform? How did it come to life?
So this idea also came out of insights and when we were meeting customer. And the way you would have seen almost 10, 15 years back when the whole consumer economy was moving towards platforms.
Yeah.
I think these small business owners were still grappling with multiple problems, pain areas, various solutions that they need were scattered across. And there was no single place where they, and even today, I feel there's a single place which actually can serve as a one-stop shop for small business owners.
There isn't.
And with that thought, and also with now digitization happening in this space, we thought this is the right time where we also create a platform for small business owners, which fulfills their 360-degree business needs and not just financial needs. What we have tried to do with the Udyog as an endeavor is, of course, get all financial products and solutions at one place,
Right.
so that any small business owner can avail this product at a point in time as and when they need. And typically, we don't want customers to stand. Typically, financial products are seen as something really complex.
Yeah, of course.
We have tried to simplify it. This is something which a customer or a business owner need not plan too much in advance. Because their business is also dynamic. So as and when need arises, they should be able to come at a place and avail the right or the best solution for themselves.
Okay. So today they can avail financial products.
So they can avail lending is the core of this product. Plus, we have also built protection solution, which comes in the shape of an insurance product. We also have investment options, so that if a business surplus money, they can also look at growing their money and then putting it at the right place. So, plus there is a lot of financial advisory on this platform.
Oh, nice.
But in the process, what we realized is the finance is just one part of the business. Ultimately, a business owner would want to grow his or her own business. They are too much occupied in managing day-to-day business requirements. So what we also did is also we have got various other business solutions on this platform that helps a business owner in running his business on a day-to-day basis. Simple things like raising an invoice.
Oh, simple software solution.
Yes, looking at cash flow. For slightly larger entities managing payroll. We have tried to also offer these solutions. These solutions come because the customer is registered on this platform. These solutions come at preferential price points or certain advantages.
Okay, wonderful.
We have also tried to see how business can use this platform to grow their business. So the whole, and today there is this new wave around going to online, so offline to online discovery. So how someone can actually break the geographical boundaries and start selling online and start catering to newer customer segment. So we also brought in those growth solution, networking solution, where one business can find prospective suppliers, prospective customers,
Their vendors and everything.
their vendors. So in a way, we are trying to cater to the whole ecosystem of MSME.
I think that's very important rather than just focusing on one part, because if you are just a lender, the customers never dissociate you from a lender. They just think of you as a very transactional relationship. So building the ecosystem is super important so that you also have a bigger piece of their mind share, right?
This also gives us an opportunity to really be partner in their growth rather than just be seen as someone who's coming at a point in time and just providing a product. And I think that's more important for building a long-term sustained relationship.
It's fantastic to see how, Aditya Birla Group being, carrying such a long legacy and such a, older group, but they're coming up with so many new digital platforms. So you yourself are associated with ABCD, which is their consumer side of digital platform. And then there is B2C platform. And then there is Udyog Plus, which is the MSME side of platform. As a group, as ABG Group or as a lender, which is Aditya Birla Capital, what does the lender really, what do you guys really think in terms of future of MSME credit specifically? Where do you think this is going? What are the changes that you are seeing at a group or at a company level that you are embracing? And what are you bullish on in terms of this market?
No, first of all, we really see that now customers are becoming digital. Whether you talk about the business entity or a consumer, they experience is taking over all other aspects, right, of transacting with various service providers.
Right.
And that is where I think you want to focus upon. And there are a lot of digital initiatives across the globe. If I have to talk about financial services in particular, you rightly said, right? So the idea for last almost two and a half years has been to create platforms which serve the complete ecosystem of the customer rather than looking at a very product specific transaction or a transaction related interaction. And that is where all these platforms have come up. Going forward, the way I see is, so one, of course, in particular, I talk about lending because that's the very core need of a business entity, whether it's about working capital to manage business or capex funding to grow business. I think one clear shift, and which we are also very excited about, is this whole piece moving from a document led lending to transaction led or data led lending, and then that is where we are also seeing how we can leverage various digital infrastructure over last few years now. The whole DPI has also evolved in the SIM space. So talk about GST, talk about account aggregator, ITRs available, and all this information you can access after taking customer consent. So it really becomes easier, right, to provide a very simple experience to the customer,
Right.
while having access to all the information that you would need to underwrite a customer, and um, that makes the whole experience for customer nicer, and that also gives us comfort in terms of getting this information directly from the source.
Yeah.
So I think this whole transaction, this whole data led lending is playing a big role. Not only
Nice.
through these regular financial sources, I think a lot of alternate data sources are emerging now.
Yeah.
And this whole piece of embedded finance, I think we are also trying to
Yeah.
something around it.
Yeah.
Where you get a regular transaction data, platform data, users data that gives you much more insights
Yeah.
than point in time statements. So I think how one and we are also looking at creating scorecards, building intelligence, and how we can use this alternate data to further improve our credit offering, improve sanction rates, cater to the right set of customer. So I think that is something which will further intensify as we go ahead. Another shift we are seeing is so far you have seen digital lending in business largely being restricted to small ticket loans, and everybody's trying, because that's the easiest part to do. But I think now we are also looking at how we can leverage this larger ticket sizes, the secured lending, and I think this is something which will drive the next wave, because it's about catering to the whole segment rather than just looking at
Wonderful.
specifically. So these are the two shifts that we are seeing.
Perfect. So I wanted to shift gears now and talk about, the specifics of MSME digital credit. What does digital really mean in terms of MSME?
See, one thing I strongly believe in, whenever we talk digital, I think we only think of that loan journey.
Yeah.
From a point a customer starts the application and then the customer completes it. But I think it starts much before that. I see there are three important legs to it.
Okay.
And then today in MSME segment, I see that the first important point is the whole digital discovery itself.
Okay.
You'd have seen, and all of us know now, most of the retailers, right? So digital payments have come in in a big way, right? You see QR code almost everywhere. So everybody has digitized, and these small businesses are really comfortable with their with the online collection, digital collection.
Sound boxes and all.
Soundbox and all. What is also happening is now we also see a rising percentage of customers coming to digital B2B e-commerce platforms.
Okay.
So the way we have e-com platforms for consumers, right? And all. Now we have
Around the Moglex or
yes, as even in our group we have Birla Pivot. So now now if you see the percentage of digital B2B e-commerce is also on the rise.
of course, yeah.
And hence you find now a lot of MSMEs having a digital footprint, or they are on some kind of digital platform. So it's really important that how you also partner with these platforms, so that you can get access to these customers, right? And you can provide your financial solution by bundling with the core transaction that they do on this platform. So digital discovery becomes an important one. So if you can make it contextual, if you can make it very easy for a business owner, let's say somebody is there on a platform buying for purchases, if you can provide credit at that point in time, it becomes really contextual, right? And it adds value because the business owner needs credit at that point in time.
Yes, it's not just a blanket ad for loan, it's
Yes.
very contextual.
So I also see that digital discovery is an important part, and how do you enable it?
Yeah.
Second, of course, comes data, and you rightly said a lot of it happened on the consumer side. But now I think with GST that has come up and information is available. GST gives you fantastic information about the transactions of an entity. That is really adding value. You have ITRs, right? As I was telling you, have which account aggregator. Now the adoption on the MSME side is also increasing. And we see there is a decent population that is on account aggregator, and you are able to very easily pull their banks
Pull their
with the
data.
country.
And now GST also is coming.
Now on GST also. So I think all these three legs of information plus the whole alternate data on various platforms I spoke about help you in underwriting these customers, help you in creating intelligent scorecards, which can assess a customer uh, as a whole, rather than looking at banking as a one single dimension, or looking at GST as one single data point.
Correct.
So I think that has made underwriting and appraising customers really easy. And in this segment, if you see, almost half the segment is NTC. They do not have any credit for purpose. So all these things come really handy to underwrite a customer.
Yeah.
And third piece is, so while data is there, third piece is where you actually then need journeys, right? So when you have data, when you have enabled a customer to discover a solution digitally, then how do you create those seamless journeys for fulfillment finally?
Correct.
And that is what we have seen happening in consumer space.
Yes.
And that is what now I think is also happening in this space, where there are journeys being designed to actually make it very easy for somebody to take credit. And I think this segment also has multiple nuances to it. On the consumer side, you will see typically a personal loan journey would be an STP journey, right? You have full DIY. Here, if you will see, the behavior of this segment is still while they are adopting digital.
Yeah.
But I think they also need assistance at the same time.
Correct.
So,
Sir.
so you have DIY journeys. Typically, DIY journeys would work for a small ticket loan.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a larger ticket loan, or maybe giving credit to a non-sole prop entity, right?
Yeah.
Will have multiple promoters or directors. Then you also need to create journeys that cater to that segment. Otherwise, then you are only catering to one part of the problem.
It's been almost 3 years since we've been working together, right? And we launched the digital BL journey with you. And I still remember the day you called and you explained to me about what you wanted. The concept was still very new. At that time, no one was doing digital STP journeys, and ABCL, and especially you guys were the first ones to sort of conceptualize this in a very early way. And over the last 3 years, FinBox and ABCL have worked together on many fronts, right? We have built a digital STP journey together. We have built a non-sole prop journey together. And we've seen this entire, digital lending transformation together. So from the lens of a practitioner, if you have to call out, if you have to talk about this journey on, how did this journey happen? What was your experience, and what were the key learnings along the way? How would you go about that?
No, I agree. It's been a journey, and I think both of us, both the entities have evolved.
Yeah.
While traversing through this journey. Rightly said. So we started, and we wanted to start with a STP journey, a full DIY journey, and we started with a small ticket loan journey for businesses. And I think that was also one of the core proposition of the Uplus as a platform that we wanted to take to customers.
Yeah.
So while we started with that, I think that worked beautifully for us.
Yeah.
But over the way, right, we identified, and as I was talking about, that everything can't be digital, right? Or everything can't be STP when we are talking of credit to SMEs.
Yeah.
So one also has to be cognizant of which segment you are catering to.
Correct.
What is the natural behavior of that segment,
right?
And how digital can act as or complement that, right? Rather than asking customer to adopt a completely new way.
Right.
And that's where I think from a very STP DIY journey, I think we then introduced non-sole prop.
Correct.
Where now we are also catering to other constitutions, right?
Yes.
Be it a partnership firm or a private limited entity. I think we also then evolved to higher ticket sizes journeys.
Yeah. We added co-applicants and all of that.
And then see, a large part of the segment also reaches out to financial advisors, distributors in the market.
Correct.
So it's also important how you cater to that that part of origination of that house of origination. And that is where I think some of the ancillary services and platforms, the way you helped us in building distributor dashboard or a partner dashboard.
Yes.
That helps because there even a financial advisor to an entity can support that in applying for a credit.
Yeah.
Similarly, as I told you, not everything could be STP. For certain ticket sizes, for certain kind of products, you would need to do a detailed credit assessment.
Right.
For everything, you can't have DIY scorecards.
Correct.
And that is where a credit dashboard that also allows an underwriter to come in.
Yes.
And
look at the case.
Look at the case, right? That really helps.
Yeah.
And it actually helps. It has helped us in expanding the segment that we can cater to.
Right.
And that is where you are able to do a full justice to this whole piece. So I think we have also evolved. The journey has evolved in multiple form factors.
Yeah.
We have brought in multiple ticket size ranges. We have gotten multiple products.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we have done in last 2.5-3 years, and I'm sure there are lots of
For sure.
lots of things to do.
For sure. And today, while we started with DIY, as you rightly said, we very quickly then, to your first point on distribution, we were very clear from day one that, embedded has to be a very important channel, and not just, a typical DSA embedded, but maybe, can this be embedded inside a, merchant QR aggregator like a Paytm or a PhonePe? Can this be embedded into a CA network? So I think that today, we support all of these three form factors, right? There is DIY, there is assisted, and then there is embedded.
There is embedded, yeah. Embedded, I think going forward will also will be potentially a big story.
Yeah.
And as I told you, while for like anything else, right? Credit should also come very contextually and naturally.
Yes.
And should be made available to businesses. So while businesses' main focus is to grow their business, manage their business, as and when they need credit in their business life cycle, I think if it comes very seamlessly, contextually,
Right.
That is where it can result into a large scale adoption
For sure.
and a significant scale up.
Yeah.
And embedded journeys, right, and platforms which are embedding credit journeys into their core journeys, I think are driving that.
And over the last 3 years, right, if you look at embedded finance, it has also separated the serious players from non-serious players. Earlier, people were just embedding for the sake of some additional revenue. Now, there are people who have built their own version of lending teams within their organizations. Look at Paytm, for example, right? They have built a full detailed lending team who can look at the GMV data, can give signals to a lender like you so that you can underwrite, more effectively on top of that data. Similarly, someone like a B2B e-commerce platform or, an accounting platform would have some other alternate sources of data. And these data sources even today provide a big sort of relief in terms of underwriting.
And such data sources also then allow you to introduce more innovative products and solutions. Right?
Yeah.
So typically, we see as of now, digital lending is largely restricted to term loans.
I wanted to talk about that. This is very weird, no? Because consumers have so many different products. There are cards, there is PL, there is checkout finance. But when you look at on the MSME side, do you think the products that we have today for, the MSMEs, are they adequate?
I think, that's I think as a topic which is very close to my heart. And I keep on saying again, right? So while journey comes later, it is the product and the core proposition.
Correct.
And if you see most of these small businesses, yes, I agree the choice of products are less, especially when you're talking in the digital arena.
Correct.
If you go and meet a small business, right, or even a medium mid-sized business, and if you look at external data also, I think the whole credit gap in MSME that we talk about,
right,
a large part of it, and I think if I remember, approximately 70% of it is on the working capital side,
right,
where businesses need funds to run their business daily, and it's 30% gap arises from the capex requirements where one wants to expand.
Right.
But I think most of the products which are available on digital platforms cater to that capex requirement. Where you give term loan, where give you term loan, right? You give mid-term to long-term fund loans. So if it's unsecured, typically you give a loan for 2-3 years or going up to 5 years.
Yeah.
If it's secured, then of course the tenor is higher. But all these are EMI-based solutions, right? Which one would require if somebody is somebody's having an expansion need.
Right.
But if somebody requires fund to run their business, right?
Short-term
So maybe funds for 60 days, 90 days, because that is where they'll be able to deploy these funds and generate returns out of it.
Yeah.
I don't think there are many products. Of course, banks have overdraft lines, cash credit products.
Not a lot of people get it.
But
right?
not a lot of people get it. The penetration has its own limitation.